Hello， 大家好，我係 Marguerite and welcome to my little Cantonese corner. 今日2019年9月28號星期六. Today it is the 28th of September. It's a Saturday here in Hong Kong, and Aieeyaaa is what we're talking about today. I was asked if I'd ever done a video on this word, and I hadn't. And so I thought, well, why don't I do a video on this word and a few others that are so commonly said in Hong Kong that you're sure to hear them at one time or another, and even you might be saying them yourself. When I was first asked about this word, it immediately reminded me of when I first came to Hong Kong, and there was a comic strip in the newspaper back then called The World of Lily Wong. And if you've been around in Hong Kong that long, you will remember that it was a really funny cartoon, kind of on the differences in cultures, and an amusing, poke fun at kind of look at life in Hong Kong. And a lot of those still ring true. And the author, the cartoonist who did those is Larry Feign. And I immediately went to my computer and looked him up, and he's still in Hong Kong. So Larry, if you're watching this, hi. I sent him an email and I told him that yes, I have his book from 1986. It's called Aiya. Actually, it's Aiya, a hilarious look at the joys and pitfalls of life in Hong Kong. And Larry told me that he had updated it, and so I went out to Bookazine in Times Square and got his latest copy. This is 1986, this is 2016, I think. It is Aiya, Learn Chinese the Hard Way. And again, it is full of cartoons and just amusing anecdotes about life in Hong Kong and life between the cultures. So Aiya expresses delight, dismay, joy, pain, love, hate, or anything you want it to mean. The foreigner who pronounces this with precision will gain new respect from Chinese colleagues, especially when uttered every few seconds, anytime, anywhere, for any reason. Aiya. And so this word, actually, this kind of two-character phrase, is exactly as he said. You can use it for almost anything, and it sure is. I have on the board here the Aiya, with the I as the first tone, the high tone, I, and then the YA, the ya. I just left no tone mark on it. And that doesn't mean that it's necessarily the third tone. It just means that it depends on what you're feeling at the time, how you want to pronounce that. For the most part, it always is I, and then Aiya. Could be both high tone, Aiya, like, I just realized I forgot something. Aiya, gaáu lo so si. So you could say it that way, two high tones, Aiya. Or you could say, Aiya, gaáu lo so si. You could be excited and happy, like, Aiya, like that. You could, there's so many different ways. In fact, I like to think of this word as kind of a personality word, because it depends a lot on your own personality, how you're going to be saying this Aiya. Because if you are more of a boisterous, happy, outgoing, loud type of personality, then you would feel more comfortable using it in a very expressive way. But if you're more conservative, then you might it might be the underbreath kind of Aiya, or you may not say it at all. I mean, you don't have to say this word if you don't want to. You might be more of the quieter, like Aiya. But you will definitely hear this word spoken a lot. So when you do, pay attention to how it's said, the different tones, the different manners, the different styles, and then pick the one that feels comfortable to you and your personality, and feel free to use Aiya. Most often when this Aiya is combined with, when you're expressing kind of, not really anger, but frustration, then it often is paired with one or both of these two on the board. And I apologize if the reflection makes it hard to see. I am using a black marker, but obviously not a very good black marker. It looks rather gray. The first one, and I'll put it down below as well, is 有冇搞錯啊? 有冇搞錯啊? Now this is extremely common to express just frustration and just kind of like, are you kidding me? I mean, seriously, are you kidding me? Well, seriously is a different, like, 真係 is seriously, but 有冇搞錯啊 is more like, are you kidding me, right? To express kind of frustration. So you could, for example, be at work, you're on the computer, and you're like, Aiya, 有冇搞錯啊? The computer's broken again. That kind of thing. Like, are you kidding me? Seriously? Is it broken again? The bottom one here is giksay. If something is giksay, it really makes you mad. It's really annoying, it makes you mad. So I've got giksay ngóh, because usually you'll add the me, right? Like, oh, it just drives me crazy. It drives me crazy, it makes me so mad. It's that kind of meaning. So most often, quite often, you'll hear, Aiya, giksay, right? So like, oh my gosh, you know, giksay, make me so mad. Or Aiya, 有冇搞錯啊? And again, these words here are personality words as well. How you say them is a reflection of your personality or of the situation at the time. So you could be saying them quickly, you could draw them out. You most certainly, if you've been in Hong Kong, have heard the very long 有冇搞錯啊? Or just really long and drawn out to really express that frustration. Or giksay. Well, that one is more of like a giksay, just kind of a short stabbing kind of giksay ngóh, right? So I hope that if you're in Hong Kong or speaking with native Cantonese speakers, feel free to use them based on your personality. As I said, I am more conservative. I tend not to use these words that often, but sometimes it depends on the situation. If you're talking to friends and using Cantonese exclusively, then it will feel natural to say these in your own way. And again, remember that the Aiya could be, the yáuh could be a high tone, it could be the mid tone, it could be the low rising tone, it could be the low tone. It all depends on what feeling and emotion you're trying to convey. Thanks so much again for joining me here on my little Cantonese corner. I'm going to link to Larry's website below in the description box. You can check that out. I'm on Instagram, although I need to be posting more often on Instagram, and then it's linked to Facebook. So if you want to follow me along on Instagram, please do. Again, my website is going to be down below as well. If you want to check that out, working hard to get more of the lessons up online, and it's coming along, so really happy about that. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I'll see you again here on my little Cantonese corner. Bye.